Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Butch Bartolome of the Business Mentor Talks. Good Sunday noon to you. Did you know that today we're having somebody who has a very, very interesting story? A story that probably people most of the time would call him baliw. No? Sabi nga in Filipino, baliw, you're crazy. Why? Let him explain it to you. But nevertheless, today is August 31 and it's celebrating his anniversary of a company that he started. Guess where? Oh, where did Jim Bezos start? Where did the other guys of Apple begin? Then probably he's also the Filipino version. So without further ado, let's introduce Fred Reyes, the man behind so many businesses. Fred, good
And
Sunday to you.
good day kung saan man sila naroon.
Yeah, because we have a lot of viewers, again, different parts of the country as well as overseas, no? Fred, tell us, why did people ever call you Baliw in the beginning of your business journey? Why?
At the start kasi when we were in New York, my wife was working as a nurse there. Ako naman ay sumunod sa kanya during that time, 1985, no? The Philippines was in turmoil. Eh,
Yeah.
no, grabe ang rally doon, rally dito, and then the peso is the dollar is available only in the black market, mga ganung bagay ba? So it's
Oo,
tough
oo.
to do business in the Philippines that day. So nasa US kami doon and napagtanto-tanto ko after staying there for a few months, we were in New York City. Sabi ko, this is not a place to raise up a family. Wala pa kami anak noon. And so nag-decide ako na maghanap ng supplier, no? Kasi nag-isip
Mhm.
ako na my other option was to start a business. So, yun nga, nung makakita ko ng isang malaki-laking supplier ng chemicals, no? Chemicals was the business I wanted to go into. Ay bumalik ako ng Manila, ng Pilipinas. Si Carlin, naiwan doon kasi hindi pa nga sigurado kung ano mangyayari sa akin dito. And yun, that time, nung bumalik ako, lahat ng kaibigan ko sabi, "Ani, baliw ka talaga." Kami
Baliw.
nagpapakabalik na lumayas sa Pilipinas, ikaw nandun na, bumalik ka pa. Ano ba yan?
Oo, oo nga. Oo. Yeah, that's true. I'm sure na naririndi ka no. So many people are so raising their eyebrows. Fred,
Oo.
what happened to you? I mean, nandun ka na sa Big Apple. Okay. Yeah.
Right, that's right. No. And I started, hiniram ko yung garahe ng aking father-in-law. I put a table there. Ano, not even my table, his table, no, hiniram ko. Naglagay ng typewriter, telepono, fax machine, no? And I started going around looking for uh, clients, no? Hindi
Mhm.
clients lang, wala akong kapital eh, walang kapital para mag-import ng chemicals. So, nangungumission lang ako. Nung makabelo-belo na, yung mga naipon kong mga kinita, pinambili na, nag-import na ako magsimula. Doon lumaki yung negosyo ng ChemWorld, which is now
Mhm.
celebrating 40 years of
40 years,
ChemWorld.
40 years. Okay. The 40 years, ano ba mga talagang major challenges na hinarap mo from finding clients na commission lang? Where
Mm.
did you start? What's the next venue na ginawa mo sa Chemworld?
Actually, nag-evolve yung negosyo ng ChemWorld. When we started, although I started with commodity chemicals on index basis, nakita ko na ang opportunity for the likes of me na walang capital is in the specialty ingredients business for the personal care, no?
Mm.
Kasi yun ang training ko eh, mga as a chemist, no? Mga formulations ng mga personal care and home care products. So, nag-focus ako sa mga specialty ingredients. Yun yung mga bagay ba na bago mo gamitin, pag-aaralan muna ng customer mo ng 6 na buwan, 1 taon, bago sila
Aha.
mag-decision na ilagay sa formulation nila. But then,
Mm.
the positive side here is that once tinanggap nila yung ingredient mo, hindi na sila magbabago. Every year habang nandun yung produkto sa market, pre-order na lang ng re-order. So, planting
Mm.
rice ka muna sa simula, yung harvesting after many months after. So, yun yung
Okay.
focus ng ChemWorld at that time.
So talagang you really have to build the customer base, di ba? Para bang
Yes, yes.
importante 'yun, ha? It's not that easy to build the customer base, ha? You have to be credible, di ba? You have to be able to
Mm.
deliver. Kasi they'll be dependent on you, no? So
Yeah,
from there on, yeah,
yun yung pan nga eh, yung para para ikaw ay seryosohin dito sa specialty business, no? Ingredients
mm,
business. We teach them the formulations on how to use these ingredients, no? So, early on, we define the business of Penword as uh, sharing product concepts. We are not selling
mm,
ingredients, but we're sharing product concepts, innovative
mm,
product concepts. So, yun yung
mm.
aming ginagawa. Doon naging successful ang Kenword.
So doon nagkaroon ng breakthrough, ika nga, no? Doon sa breakthrough of selling concepts, sharing concepts, but not you're not selling chemicals lang, no? Which is true, no? Anybody can sell chemicals, but who can sell concepts because of your creativity, no? So yun ang naging ganon. So paano ngayon, nagkaroon ka ng Godiva skincare, Fred?
Yeah, tama.
You started with what? Godiva products
Yes, we have
that
the
you
Godiva
started,
products. And
right?
then later on,
Oo.
we have the Godiva Skin Station. Anyway,
Mm-mm.
anak, yun ng kwan eh, ng specialty business ng Chemworld, yung Godiva skincare products. Because one of the
Mm-mm.
ingredient that we were promoting then in Chemworld was the licorice extract. A very potent but very safe ingredient for skin whitening. Uh, but very expensive also, no? Compared to
Mahal yun.
hydrogen at that time, yun yung talagang standard ng industry for skin whitening. At that time, it was only 300 pesos per kilo. And then I was selling licorice extract for 1 million pesos per kilo. So, yung, yung,
Okay.
yung, yung makikinig sa akin, baliw din.
Okay.
So
And
we
then,
met a lot of resistance, but the only success stories we have with licorice then was with the mga multinational companies which adapted the ingredient in their headquarters. No? So sabi ko sa sarili ko, yun yung gamitin, akong gagamit. So naglabas ako ng ng Godiva skincare products. Doon
mhm,
nagsimula na, with a very good story regarding the safety and efficacy of licorice, nag-click sa market and it ah, nanganak ng mga iba-ibang skincare products na rin. Hanggang sa mga
mhm,
nakita rin ng Godiva Skin Station Clinic. So yun nagsimula doon.
mhm. Tapos from there on, nag-move ngayon ang Godiva to Skin Station na
Yes, yes.
with I was so surprised, Fred, 115 clinics that you have now over 15 years, huh? Where was the first skin station that you established, Fred?
Actually, well, the Godiva Skin Station, the very first one was in SM Fairview. No? We called it
The-
SM Fairview that time because talaga, yun lang ang makikita mo structure in that area. Puro talahiban ng paligid.
Yeah, yung tinatawag natin Farview, di ba?
Diba?
Farview. So you started in Fairview. Wow, ilang years na yun? That was 15 years ago, is it, Fred?
Actually, more than
Uh,
15. Yeah, more than
yeah.
15 years.
Oo. Oo. So you were given a spot in SM, Fairview.
It was a
And then
trial.
it
Yeah,
was
it
a
was a
trial.
trial offer from SM kasi ang sabi nila, if you can survive here, and then you will be a candidate for all our other malls. No? If you cannot survive, sorry na lang.
Para
Eh,
ba,
surviving in
para,
at that time was very difficult. No? Konti yung mga tenants ko, konti yung mga tao. But we did
oo,
it. We
kasi
did it.
Kasi ang parating pinupuntahan, SM North, SM Mega Mall, di ba, Fred?
Right.
Never heard yung Fairview, no? So
Mm.
ngayon, ang laki-laki na ng Fairview, no? SM Fairview, halos mawawala ka nga, no? So, ano ang niche ng skin station ngayon, Fred, that you're offering right now?
We offer yung mga standard feel-good services, mga facials. But we went from the basic facials to mga more advanced facials. We offered mga upgraded our facial procedures. There are several of them. Depende sa skin concern mo. And then
Mm.
we also are now heavy into mga what we call regenerative aesthetics. Uh, so it's more than wrinkle cure. It's making your body go back to your own youthful self. Kumbaga, at the DNA level, ganun ang kwan.
Ah, okay. So, so basically, talagang specialization ito. Pero sino ba talaga ngayon ang market ng beauty industry, Fred? Ano nakikita mong
Yeah.
majority ngayon?
The major market for us, ang age bracket, mga 25 to 35 to 40. Beyond 40,
Mm-mm.
ito yung mga mature market, anti-aging market.
Okay, yung majority sinasabi mo, these are 20, 25 years old, and then you have
25 to
again other ages. Ano-anong ginagawa ngayon ng Skin Station, friends?
The 25 to 35 years old, ito yung major market ng laser hair removal namin. Plus the other facials, mga more advanced facials. No? And beyond
Mm.
the 35, 40 up, ito yung mga anti-aging procedures naman. Mostly doctors procedures yun. So,
Mhm.
but bulk of the the revenue is coming from the laser hair removal for now. Since
Mm.
take off talaga ang station pala, laser hair removal. And ano ba, binaksak kasi namin ang presyo.
Oh, yeah, price medyo affordable, 'di ba? Naging
we, we,
you made it affordable, right? Ganun ba 'yun?
we democratize the laser market for hair removal. Actually, at that
Mm.
time when we introduced laser hair removal, the price per session was something like 2,500 to 3,500. We
Mhm.
started offering it at 1,500 per session.
Wow, ang laki nun. That's a lot of savings, 'di ba?
Our competition cannot believe how such price to the market. Di ba nalulugi kayo? Para sa akin naman, these are expensive laser machines, no? I'd rather use it 100 times a day rather than once a day only. So,
Correct, correct, correct. Oh, oh. And I understand, like for example, you recently opened the one in Daet, no?
yes,
How long does it take now to build a store in your time frame?
30 to 45 days, kaya yan. And, well, 30 days is for malls that are not yet open kasi we can
Mm.
build night and day, no? Pero pag open na kasi, sa gabi lang pwede. So, mga
Uh,
45.
and you have a complete package now. I understand. You have a complete team, all in-house. Tama?
From maintenance to construction, in-house na yon. We were able
Ah,
to build a team for these functions without having to rely on third parties. Dahil nga sa kwan, because of the many challenges that we encountered in the past. No? But it took time. It took time to build the talent and resources, yung pool ng talent para for these activities. Yung mga
tama. Kasi, oo.
people namin for lasers, halimbawa, mga advanced machines, we send them abroad for training.
So you capitalize talaga on training, no? I mean, you
Yeah, yeah.
spend more
Heavily
on
sa
people
training sa atin.
development, no?
Even our doctors, we send them abroad for training and then we invite people. Mga doctors, mga KOL, ang tawag nila, key opinion leaders, mga doctors, to train our people here exclusively in Skin Station. Because of the size of Skin Station, we are able to ask for exclusive training
Oh,
for the
that's good, huh? So in other words, if somebody gets a skin station, they can be assured of the credibility, sinasabi natin. In other words, from the box room, from the start of the construction, all the way to the back support, talagang meron kayong yung foundation, tama?
Tama yun. Credibility is very important for the market to patronize you. Especially, mukha ng taong pinag-usapan dito. Hindi pwedeng kwan.
Ba?
Isugal.
Oo. Oo. Oo, may I mean, it's a risk, no? Pero there's a business, di ba? Para
Yeah,
bang kasi everybody talagang totoo nga talaga 'yun, no? When you feel bad, you have to go to a skin station to feel good, di ba? Para bang gano'n ba 'yun? Para bang like for example, you opened in Daet. Daet is the capital of Camarines Norte. How did you find the environment of the situation of Daet in your branch?
Well, Daet is yeah, it's a growing urban center in Bicol,
Mm.
and there's a lot of potential, no? And well, SM is the only major mall in the area, and Skin Station is the only skin clinic in the mall. Put
Uh-huh.
it that way. So major
So,
captive market.
maraming tao, I understand. I saw
Ah,
pictures
marami,
that
marami.
were sent to us. A lot of, ano. So, how many people are there per store? How many staff do you have per store?
Mm, yeah, 8 to 10 ang normal staffing namin sa branch with 5 cubicles and frontliners. Uh,
Mhm.
there are more pag mga bigger stores, bigger clinics, especially in Metro Manila.
So, do I see skin stations expanding now in the Bicol region?
We have
Starting from Diet.
we have Diet, but before
Oo.
Diet, we already are in Naga and also in Legazpi and in Sorsogon. Apat na yata.
Oh,
Apat na doon.
maganda ha. So, nakaka-capture mo yan talagang the Bicol region, di ba?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yun ang ano doon. So, where else are you planning now for the next year, no? For until this end of 2025. Ano ba ang
Uh,
plano ngayon ng skin
Another
station?
provincial expansion will be in Zamboanga City. Can you imagine?
Oy. Oo, oo. That's
And
good.
we have two more branches that will open in Cebu. We haven't saturated Cebu yet. And
Mhm.
also, well, Metro Manila, Alabang Town Center, medyo nahuli yun. We're opening soon there.
So, can we say that you're now one of those major contenders for the beauty, like the skin station, this level that you're in? It's a
Yes,
very competitive, right? Very competitive ang
very, very
business, no?
competitive. But I'd like to think that we have the largest network of skin clinics in the Philippines. Mukhang
Uh-huh.
uh, malayo yung susunod in terms of network coverage. We are all over the Philippines.
Malaki na. So, do you see now more than 100, more than 120 now the next year or what? More pa? Marami pa pang lalagyan, pwedeng lagyan ng skin station?
We'll end the year with 119, 120 clinics, and then next year will be around another 5 to 10, depende sa opportunity. Let's see kung anong
Mhm. So yun, talagang sabi nga ng iba, talagang baliw si Fred umuwi pero nakatagpo ng ginto, no? Sa skin station. But Fred, maiba tayo. Ikaw ay nagpunta ngayon sa FNB. Again, but this is now run by your children. Siguro I'm
That's right.
just curious, for the sake of our viewers here in Manila Times, a lot of parents would always say, how does Fred, how successful in terms of influencing his three kids, boys, no? To become entrepreneurs and at the same time have an advocacy. Paano ba yung sikreto mong ginawa doon? Talagang you can write a book about this, Fred.
Actually, bata pa sila, na brainwash na sila, alam na nila kung saan sila pupunta. So,
Oh,
yun nga, when we were traveling, having vacation all over the Philippines, we make it a point that we visit the branches also. So, as kids, bubulungan ko sila na, uy, mali yata yung display ng produkto doon, ayusin mo nga. Mga ganun bagay ba? Mga lilit na bagay. And then, sabi ko,
uh-huh.
it's, and then, tama na ba ito, dad? O, tama na ba? Siya, ganda, okay. Uh, so, yun, ganun nga. And then, but then, bago
Then it
sila,
became a habit. It became a habit na every time you visit now,
yeah,
sila
yeah.
na yung mauuna, no? Uunahan ka na
Mm.
na, hindi, ganito siguro pag-ayos according to that. Di ba? Ganon.
Tapos, pag may mga nakitang mga diferensya pa, maliban sa product display, mga construction defect, o mga ganun pa. They're the first to point out. Train na yung mata nila for those things. Kaya
Uh-huh.
nakakatuwa. Nakakatuwa. Mm.
So, but your son Francis began this overdose with an advocacy. Ano yung ginawa ni Francis na
Kasi
you then
Francis, kasi,
advocated?
he asked permission to start a new business concept sa food nga. Ay, dahil sabi niya, I want to help the PWDs. Sila yung magiging focus ng employment ng business concept na ito. They'll be the frontliners, sabi niya. Ha? Sabi ko, eh, paano sila magko-communicate sa customers nila? We'll find a way. We'll do it. And then, ginawa nga niya. We started with Elate rolled ice cream and then the overdose cookies na ganun branches. And then I found out talagang he has a point. No? The deaf, they are always smiling. Yeah. And they are so appreciative that they are employed as frontliners that will interact with people, no? Hindi lang yung nakatago sila sa background. Usually kasi pag
Correct.
employ sila, housekeeping o nakatago, wala silang ka-interaction sa public. But this time, they appreciate being the interaction, no? And even some deaf people, they visit them kasi alam nilang mayroong employee na frontliner doon. At nagkikwentuhan sila, masaya. Alam mong masaya sila. And all the sign language, makikita mo ako sabi. Ako nga natuto na
Mm.
rin sign language sa panonood sa kanila. We
Pero
teach,
ano, no?
we teach sa Filipino Sign Language sa mga
Oo nga pala, ano mo nga yun, sabihin mo sa amin, tuwing kailan ba ito ginagawa?
usually Saturday ginagawa yun morning, no? And
Mm.
we charge only 500 pesos sa public. Uh, may coffee ka na, meron ka ng cookies, and then you have 2 hours of training with the sign language.
And you're interacting with them,
Yes,
with
yes.
with the staff, no?
Yes, and the professors ng St. Benilde, they're the ones teaching the sign language. Mm-mm.
Okay. Pero have you
Every time.
noticed, have you noticed, Fred, di ba, gone are the years na nung araw, pag nanood ka ng television, wala yung nagsa-sign language, di ba?
Ayan, ayan, ayan. Ngayon, meron
But
pala.
because nagkaroon ng empowerment ng inyong mga PWDs, no? Lahat ng local stations natin, even foreign stations, meron ng nakalagay doon sa window
Ayan,
na yon,
lagi
right?
meron. Oo.
Oo. Parang, I guess, we're just recognizing them because they might have that disability and yet they can still contribute. Have you noticed? I've noticed some stores that I've been, like the deaf and mute, they would have an eye contact with you. They would look
Yeah,
at your lips, right? That's how they
yes.
are trained, right? So they're smiling. Nagkakaroon ka ng interchange, no? Nagkakaroon ka ng engagement, di ba?
Mm.
So, ang ganda, no? Kasi when you have a regular person, they probably not look at you, no? They say, ano ho order nyo? Pero sila talagang naga. But the customers ba hindi naninibago? Alam nila na these are PWDs?
Alam nila, and then may mga guides kami naman doon kung paano mag-order. And then, well, sometimes we encounter problem with mga tao. Ayaw
Mm.
mag-adjust na. Pero what
Oo.
is magandang nangyari naman is we see children, no? Mga children interacting with the deaf. Ang saya-sayang pakinggan, makita yung ganong mga interactions.
Mm.
Na bata
So,
pa lang, expose na sila sa mga ganong realities of life.
so you're not selling coffee, but you're selling an advocacy, in other words,
This
di
is
ba?
an advocacy, actually. This is not a food business. This is advocacy.
Oo.
Excuse me, food business.
Oh, but kasi nga, what else? Where else can you empower them? But again, through F&B and giving them that feeling of confidence, di ba? So
Mm-mm.
another business of yours, I remember, is ilang-ilang eh. You have that advocacy too, eh. No? I guess the children saw your advocacy in the early years, no?
Tama.
What is ano naging value talaga ng ilang-ilang ba? Mas valuable daw eh. Laki lang negosyo doon.
Yeah, that's a billion-dollar industry, the essential oil, no? Ng ilang-ilang. Ang nangyari dito, it started as an advocacy. Nung malaman ko, I was doing some research na the Philippines was the major exporter of the finest ilang-ilang oil in the world, no? Ito yung
Aha.
ginagamit sa mga French perfumeries, French fragrance house. Chanel number 5 for one. Yung unang-unang fragrance nila galing sa Pilipinas. Yung ilang
Mhm.
oil. And Chanel number 5 continues to be the best-selling fragrance all over the world uh, since the start. No? So yun, napunta lang sa Comoro Island sa Madagascar Island yung supply ng essential oil ng ilang-ilang. Because the French people, dinala yung ating seedlings, our own ilang-ilang seedlings, itinanim nila sa kanilang colonies doon sa Indian, sa Madagascar. So, namatay yung ating negosyo. They stopped
Mhm.
buying from us completely. No? Uh, so, well, Chemward has this tie-ups with at least five French fragrance houses at saka iba pang mga suppliers. We broached the
Mhm.
idea na why don't we supply with essential oil ng ilang-ilang. Anyway, kami naman ang original supplier niyo dito. So they said, yes, yes, yes. We want more supply of ilang-ilang because there's a shortage, worldwide shortage.
Mhm.
So yun, doon
But
na kasi.
pero sa tingin mo kaya na ba natin or meron pa tayong marami-rami pang
Well,
challenges tayo para
ang,
maging
ang, may-
major producer?
ang major challenge para maging number one producer ulit sa buong mundo is the supply part. No? We need to plant more ilang-ilang trees. And the extraction portion, which we are doing, madali lang yun eh. It's the supply. We have to plant more trees, no? And uh, and ang problema kasi dito sa ilang-ilang, the flowers, they have to be distilled within 2 hours from harvest time. So,
2 hours. Okay.
hours,
Pero growing the ilang-ilang, where do you get the seedlings? I mean, so that they can start, no?
mm, actually, we're giving away seedlings in
Oy,
our
nako. Oo, yeah. That's
in
good,
our
ah.
resort in mga Taram, no? We're giving away
Oo.
seedlings para and then when they can grow the trees to until the flowers will produce the seeds. They will be self-supporting now with their own
Aha.
seedling.
So how many hectares do you need in order to be profitable, Fred,
Para
for
maging
ang
viable,
ilang-ilang?
I think you need mga 100 hectares to support one small distillation facilities. Mga 100 hectares. That's about 3,000 trees, no? Uh,
3,000 trees.
uh,
So if you're
yeah.
so if you're just
And
projecting,
that's
sabi mo
about
5 years, right? Five
that's about
years, correct?
that's about 25,000 trees pala. Nagkamali ako ng
Uh,
computation. Okay.
uh, so 25,000 trees over 5 years. And what is the production of that? How much oil will that be producing?
100 kilos of flowers will produce zero point 0.5 grade A essential oil. This is the one that is to be exported. Ito yung
Mhm.
ginagamit ng mga fragrance houses. Another 0.5 to 1%, yung mga matitira, ito yung ginagamit na sa sabon, sa mga room spray, mga ganun. Mga,
Mhm.
mga hindi critical na mga production
Mhm.
products.
So in other words, the way I see it, Fred, kulang tayo sa awareness siguro about the value of ilang-ilang, no? How much
Pero pa,
dent are we making in terms of people making people aware about ilang-ilang?
wala pa. Actually, yung sa advocacy namin, we focus on the area where we have the distillation facility. So we are tying up with mga people's organization to plant the trees. We tied up with
Mhm.
DNR for their national greening program na para ibigay yung mga lupain for reforestation sa mga bulubundukin doon. And
Mm.
for now, we were able to plant more than mga 30,000 trees in the area. Uh,
Mhm.
iba, kalat-kalat, no? But what the good thing here is that the people's organizations are the ones primarily involved. The thing,
Mhm.
kaya nga lang, alam mo naman, ang makeup ng people's organization, the question they presented to us immediately was 5 years bago mamulaklak, 5 years bago kami kupita. Anong kakainin namin in 5 years? So we have
Ah, yeah,
provided with livelihood opportunities, mga training dyan. No?
correct. Oo, oo. Well, 5 years is 5 years. Ang bilis naman. Tignan mo nga sa'yo, uh, 15 years. I mean, you never realize that 15 years, 150 clinics ka na, di ba? So yeah, so I think one of the challenge our viewers right now, Manila Times, should now see that there's really a big market pala, no? Kung meron kang 100 hectares, 25,000 trees, medyo maghintay-hintay ka. Pero pwede naman mag-alternate ito, di ba? Parang coffee and cacao. Or di ba?
Yes, yes.
May alternating yan, di ba? Merong pwedeng
In
side by
between
side.
6 by 6 meters yung planting ko. In between them, you can plant mga level na mga pananim, no? Like
Oo.
like mulberry, o kaya mga vegetables, mga ganun.
Yeah,
Pwedeng-pwede.
mulberry. Oh, yeah. So yeah, I think that will be something viable aside from beauty in the external, and as well as feeling good by being entrepreneur. No. So siguro last point, Fred, is ano ba talaga ang what kind of approach should people nowadays have in terms of getting into business? Is it something that I have a business, I want to start immediately, I have a partner, we can go into partnership already, start a business. What is your takeaway on this, Fred? You have been
Ay,
doing business. You have grown your business from the garage all the way to where you are right now.
unang-unang requirement, go into business that you know, no? Yung alam mo by heart kung paano mag-operation. Ako nga,
Mm-mm.
napunta ako sa chemicals kasi my training is chemistry. So it's
Mm-mm.
something that I know and my advantage ako doon. So don't rely on a partner saying na ako alam ko yun, punduhan mo na lang ako, mag-aaway lang kayo, please, wag kayong papasok sa mga ganun.
Industrial partner ka na lang, di ba? Ganon, yung mga
Oo,
ganon,
oo.
di ba?
Yeah.
Oo.
Pangalawa ay stay focused on the business, no? Hindi yung nagsimula ka tapos iwanan mo lang, pupunta ka na naman sa ibang negosyo at iwanan mo ulit,
Mm.
punta ka sa ibang... Wala! Magsasarado lahat yun pag ganun ginawa mo. Focus on the business, make it grow, make it stable. Uh, and then thirdly, ano?
The third is
Be
actually
honest,
passing on.
be
Be
honest.
honest, di ba? Be honest. Oo.
Make yourself have the image of a responsible businessman. Huwag kayong manloloko ng kapwa. Bayaran nyo ng tama ang mga suppliers nyo.
Yeah.
Kung kakalat sa buong industry, salbahe pala ito. Wala na makikipag-deal sa'yo. Ngayon,
Mm. Uh,
actually, pinaka-importante dito, rely on God to support you, to help you. Kasi
yeah.
you will encounter problems along the way, and the best person or the best entity, deity to help you is the Lord. Keep on praying for guidance, keep on praying for your
Yeah.
business.
So plus also I guess encouraging your family, no? It's not just you and Carlene, no, but rather the children. You're able to be successful in influencing them, no? Like being
Yeah,
a Marian devotees.
yun na pala.
Uh,
Oo. Yeah.
Oo,
Every time we
yan.
open our branch, it has to be a Marian feast day. Yun ang aming devotion sa Mama Mary. We pray
Mm-mm.
as a family, we pray the rosary every day, and then we always pray for uh, the success of our business also.
Mm. But you have, I admire you, Fred, because you have time to serve the church, no? Every Sunday, being a lay minister. Was it something that out of, that you are volunteering your time despite your schedule? Ganyan ba yun talaga?
Ay, bago kami nag-serve sa church, we became daily church goer.
Mm.
Naging kwan yun. Well, we went through several crises, and one of the things that happened to us was becoming regular churchgoers, and they became daily. So doon kami
Mm.
napansin ng mga ministries doon. They invited us to join and be more
Mm.
active sa mga ministries doon. That's how we become
So para bang,
minister.
you're now taking your time, you're sharing your time, no? Especially kung may mga activities, right? So, yeah, ang ganda, no? So,
Actually, yeah, share ko boss, no? Kasi
oh.
during the crisis days na hindi sa Kemword pa nga yun eh, doon. Matagal na. Sabi nung isang manager ko, boss, nakakatulog ka pa ba? Alam niya yung gravity ng problema
Oo,
eh.
mabigat
Ano
eh,
naman yung
mabigat. Oo.
mga panahon ng crisis talaga, buong Pilipinas nasa crisis eh. Mga Asian financial crisis yun. Ah,
Oo, 97.
so,
Yeah.
sabi ko naman, oo naman, talaga, sabi niya. Yeah, I just pray, sabi niya, I just go to church, stay in the sacred sacrament, and then matino na naman ako, sabi ko.
So, yeah. So para bang kasi nowadays no, ang dami natin nasa babalita na may mental health issue, especially entrepreneurs no, hindi na
Mm.
nakayanan, 'di ba? Uh,
Weakness. Mm.
marami no. So especially after COVID no, when or during COVID when things were really at a standstill no.
Yeah.
So
Oo.
pero kayo nga despite the COVID mas lalo pa ata lumakas ang negosyo nyo because of your supplies of alcohol during COVID time, 'di ba?
Oo nga, yung fragrance factory business kasi namin, maraming stock ng alcohol when nag-shutdown dahil sa COVID. So, we repurposed our alcohol sa halip na gumawa ng perfume. We use it to
Mhm.
produce mga hand sanitizers. And at that time talaga may shortage. But then, we donated a lot to the hospitals sa mga COVID centers dahil wala nga sila
Mhm.
supply.
Oo.
Never mind the profit.
Pero what happened
Kailangan.
to your people? What happened to your people? Did you put on staggered basis your people at work? At that time, marami
Nung,
na din kayong tao, no?
yeah, nung simula po, staggered basis and then we were continuing with their compensation. Sabi niya, avail mo muna yung sick leave nyo. Avail nyo yung mga benefits, yung mga vacation leave credits nyo. Dumating yung time na ubos na nila. Tapos pati pera namin, ubos na rin. Kasi wala pumapasok.
Oh.
So, maraming nag-uwi sa probinsya. So, that saved us also a lot. Pero yung mga hindi makauwi, we have staff housing for them.
Mhm.
Pinapadala na namin ng pagkain that time, no? Pero nung nagbukas ulit, after 2 to 3 years, ang ganda ng balik na naman ng negosyo, no? Kasi, yun nga, yung surge ng kwan, ayoko na ng mukhang crisis yung mukha ko. Pagandahin mo naman.
Ay, gusto mo na yung maging beautified, no? Gumanda naman ang itsura, right? So, marami nag-appointment na naman sa inyo, I'm sure.
Ah, yung pagkabukas, talagang kwan, pila yung appointment ng simula.
Uh-huh. So, yun. So, Fred, where can they get in touch with you? Because I'm sure a lot of our viewers here in Manila Times would say, oh, I want to enter more this ilang-ilang. Or probably I have 200 hectares. And, it's really an opportunity sitting on our land, right?
Right, right.
Where,
Ang daming idle
oo.
lands na pwede. No? They can get in touch with me directly. I'll promise to answer all. No?
Mhm.
reyesfc@gmail.com. Yan.
Yan.
reyesfc@gmail.com. Yun.
Pero kung hindi ka naman makita nila, pumunta lang sila sa St. Andrew, sa Reposo Church at 11 o'clock, correct? Ikaw ay nandun, no? Nandun, no? Pero huwag nyo namang istorbohin si Fred, ha? I mean, medyo naman after the church service na lang, di ba? So, kung hindi nyo makontak, alright? So, yeah. So, again, Fred, I'm so touched by a lot of happenings to you, you and Carlene, a lot of blessings, and really you have grown big despite unbelievable challenges no you face no pero you're able to surmount, right? So again, looking forward to more branches of Skin Station, and
Thank you.
probably if ever there'll be a global Skin Station that we can see out there outside the shores of the Philippines, no? It's not
Sana.
possible, right? Baka naman meron, hindi naman malayo, right? Ganon. So yeah, one piece of advice, Fred. Ano pa ang isang piece of advice na pwede mong sabihin? Yan.
Ah, pray and pray and pray. Huwag niyong kalimutan na lahat ng ating ah, resources na dumarating, mga biyaya ay galing sa taas. We are just stewards of these resources, no? For us to share to others who are in need. Yun lang.
Wow, powerful, guys, powerful. So again, thank you very much, Fred. Have a good Sunday, and again, God bless you in everything that you do in His name. Right? Thank you very much, Fred. Have
Thank
a
you,
good
Coach.
Sunday.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Talking about ylang ylang oil, to me, I consider it as an important ingredient in the fragrance industry.
It is raw materials, which is very important in the fragrance industry. It's used mainly for fine fragrance. So all the fine fragrance, it is for cosmetic and for perfume, EDT, body perfume. So all the fragrance house in the world, they use these raw materials for produce fragrance composition.
It's for personal care. We use it for that. It's very we need it. We can't replace it.
Ylang ylang flowers is very popular in fragrances. The advantage of using ylang ylang is that basically it can be used in different applications.
Ylang ylang is a very specific and very important ingredient in the fragrance industry.
You find ylang ylang in many fine fragrances in the market, so that's why for me it's a real raw material that has to be considered and reconsidered. You have, for example, Chanel No. 5 that is using this raw material. You have Amarich, Joy, the most classic fragrances. And now you have a lot of new launches where they emphasize on the ylang ylang, more on the niche market.
Nowadays, every big companies like us are fighting for ylang ylang essential oil. Why? Because this ingredient is very trendy, there's a huge demand.
So for me, for all years to come in the future, ylang ylang oil will be an integral part of the palette for our perfumers in our industry. To me, ylang ylang from Philippines is an exciting story. Definitely, it's recreating the magic from this country, and I'm pretty confident that the industry would be happy to support this initiative.
I'm Oliver Miles, perfumer for Charabo, part of the Roberte Group, and we support ChemWorld for the project of growing ylang ylang in Philippines.
We can't make substitute of ylang ylang, so it's important to find another source. And maybe in Philippines, why not? Because it's the origin of this flower.
So my name is Frédéric, I'm working for Simrise, and we are now exploring with ChemWorld the rebirth of ylang ylang in the Philippines.
I can say it will be a very big project, and they will do like I cannot imagine. I will never imagine they can do that, you know.
And it's good to have another source, and I hope I cross my finger that we will succeed in this project.